world. Communication.
Collaboration.
Fighting.
Not fighting.
Light.
Darkness.
Internet. A new world.
In the year 2000, Sega announced that it would, within the year, create a new world. In that virtual world, the Internet. And draw the front line of network gaming for the whole world. Welcome to the world of Phantasy Star Online. In this network virtual environment, you can take adventures with other people all over the world without ever leaving your home. Yes, you heard us correctly. We're talking about the world's first network multiplayer consumer RPG. The gaming population is the entire population of the world. We want you to enter the world of Ultimate Network Gaming. We want to give you the experience of traveling to distant planets and communicating in real time. The call-in is to reach this planet by spaceship witnessed a tremendous and mysterious explosion. Just what is it that happened here? To find out, you'll have to communicate and cooperate with people logging in from all over the world. Solve numerous intricate puzzles and win heroic battles with ferocious monsters. To succeed, you'll have to cross national and ethnic borders to communicate and collaborate, exchanging items and information. Relax now, worry not. Language barriers have broken down entirely. You can even build a common front in real time with players on the other side of the Earth 20,000 kilometers away. And the world of Phantasy Star Online lasts for eternity. You can visit this world whenever you want, as long as you want, and do whatever you want. 1,000 beats a day, 365 days a year. An unlimited adventure fantasy with property, item exchange, information exchange, and chat functions for communication. An unlimited adventure fantasy, 1,000 beats a day, 365 days a year. Online gaming open to the entire population of the world. Phantasy Star Online. The gaming revolution comes in the year 2000. The door to the future. The door to freedom.
Oh my god. So, that is... This game still gives me chills. We're gonna go into options real quick so I can have a quick word. We're actually gonna... Yeah, BGM test. That's a good, Image of Hero. Yes. Let's listen to this. Well, forgive me. But I want to have a brief word. Before I ever played Final Fantasy, before I ever played any other RPG, I played Phantasy Star 3 and 4 back on the old Sega Channel service on the Sega Genesis. Later on, there was a Sega Classics that was released for PC that had Phantasy Star 2. And around that time, there was a magazine running called Gamers Republic. And I started seeing... I grew up with the Sega Genesis. I was a Sega kid. Sega did what Nintendo didn't. And Gamers Republic started reporting on the Dreamcast. And they started... And there were tons of cool... There was tons of cool stuff. There was stuff like Skies of Arcadia. There was Sonic Adventure, which I really wanted. And then there was something called Phantasy Star Online. Now, like I said, this is before EverQuest came to the... This is way before the PlayStation 2. This is before EverQuest came to consoles. There really wasn't any kind of console RPG, and mainly computer RPGs were either dominated by RuneScape, or something called... If you remember this, you're really a grizzled ancient. If you remember a game called Grawl. An online game called Grawl. For anybody who's never been exposed to that, basically think of A Link to the Past as an online service. That's kind of what Grawl was. Like, there are a lot of old computer RPGs like Ultima Online and EverQuest that were kind of around, but WoW hadn't come out yet. The PC MMO space was still kind of the Wild West. People were still figuring things out. And into this fray came a game called Phantasy Star Online that proposed to be the first big console MMO. I remember wanting this game more than I wanted air. And I didn't get it for a very long time. Until, I want to say it was the mid-2010s, when my grandmother, who was awesome, bought me a Gamecube and Super Smash Brothers. And from that point forward, I was on the lookout because I knew a version of this game was released for the Gamecube. This is the version we're playing right now. There are plenty of private servers for this game, but they are all heavily modified. They're all based on Blueburst, most of them. And they all have, like, for example, they've really messed with the drop tables, which is a thing we're going to talk about. Because this game was, one of the things that it is most known for is being the loot crazy of this game. There are stories when Bungie was developing Destiny, for example, there were stories they were telling when you saw somebody with a special weapon, you'd know immediately what they went through to get that, and you'd be like, oh my god, that's awesome. This is the game where they actually did that successful. So when you see somebody walking around with the fucking J-sword, the J-sword is impossible to get. So you see someone walking around with it, and that's an immediate, holy shit, we got a badass over here moment. I played the hell out of this on the GameCube, and I just said this is supposed to be an online game, and it is, but because the GameCube's online never really took off, the GameCube version of the game basically had to have a single-player edition, essentially. this is the version that I played the most of. I eventually did play it on the Xbox, and later the Xbox 360, I believe. I played Phantasy Star Universe for a while. I really tried, especially when Ambition of the Illuminist came out, but it never really got me the way the classic Phantasy Star Online did. I never felt what I felt for PSO until Star Trek Online came around. Star Trek Online reminded me keenly of Phantasy Star Online. And is one of the reasons why, despite its flaws, I kind of fell in love with that game. One of the reasons, like, we'll go over the reasons why as we go through here. But I wanted to give you a preface for, like, where my history with this comes from. I played this game for years on the Gamecube. I don't think I ever really, even when I was playing it on the Xbox, or even in Blue Burst on the private servers, I don't think I ever played it as much as I played it on the Gamecube. So, I wanted to play this version so that we could go through it, essentially. I'd get ready to hear this for a while, because this is the character creation music. And we are going to be making... I have a couple test characters, going to delete them both, and we are going to start fresh. Also, fair warning, this soundtrack has many bangers in it. You will be hearing it in your brain forever. So, multi-mode. Because this was a GameCube, you could basically plug in a bunch of controllers to it and play with people over split screen. I have done this with my cousins long, long ago. So these are a couple of my test characters. Well, a few. I got a Hunter, a Ranger, and a Force. Hello. And, cancel, recreate. We are going to recreate this guy. Yep. And that's the basic setup. Colony ship arrives, the colony goes boom, we gotta figure out what happened. Now, I have actually been asking people around. I've asked people on Discord, I've asked people in real life, and I've basically been giving them a question with no context behind it. Guns, melee, or magic? And overwhelmingly, the answer has been magic. But real quick, I'll introduce you to the three, I say, not really classes, but let's say 3 jobs, right? 3 job groups the game has. Hunter, melee weapons, swords, polearms, daggers, etc. Ranger, guns, sniper rifles, dual, sci-fi Uzis, pistols, target-seeking shotguns. I'll spoil a little. Ranger's kind of what I hoped people's answer was going to be, because Rangers get all the breaks in this game. Rangers have it ridiculously easy compared to everybody else. Or forces. Now, it's important to note that I couldn't clarify this because I was trying to give as little context as possible. But this isn't actual magic. It's more like magitech. This is technology that's evolved to the point of essentially being like magic. And forces specialize in it. They're also very squishy and very challenging to play at times. And this is overwhelmingly the answer that I've been getting from people. So, we are going to do this as a force. So the Fomar, I believe, was added with the Dreamcast, with version 2 of PSO. This guy we're going to play as, by the way, he is the balanced one. He has a high attack power compared to the others, which is going to be very useful to us because all the best weapons for forces are everybody else's. I'll explain more as we go, but force weapons, by and large, are kind of fucking worthless. But he does have the lowest defense and the lowest HP of the forces. So, high attack, kind of squishy. But overall, he's very balanced. Which is good for us because we're not playing online, we're going to be soloing everything, pretty much. So we're going to be the Fomar. We're going to be the wizard guy, because everybody said magic, so... This, if you're watching and you are on my Discord, this is why I was asking. So, character customization, bear in mind, this was originally made for the Dreamcast, so by today's standards, this is going to seem fairly bare bones, but I still think it's pretty good. You have different faces that you can select. These will change based on things like skin color. You have old fuck. I think we're gonna go with that guy, yeah. Guy with the gold eyes there. You have different hair, or hats rather. Different headpieces you can use. I don't think we're gonna go with a Colovian helm. This guy's got some nice shades. Or specs, rather, not shades. And this guy's kind of a Ganondorf-looking motherfucker, isn't he? Unfortunately, none of them have anything like a fucking helmet or anything, which I would prefer, but whatever. Like I said, it's very limited. Not gonna go with the veil. Guess we'll go with the Ganondorf. So balance out that color. You can alter skin color, which will change details on some of the faces. Actually, let me demonstrate that while I'm here. So we're gonna go to... That's a good one to demonstrate that with. See, some of these guys have alternate appearances. We're just gonna stick with that. Oh, face. We want the senior gold eye here. Golden eye. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Let's at least give him a tan, please. For the love of God. Costumes. These can change a bit as well. Generally, you just got color variations, although they do have some texture variations. Like, they have different, these guys have different emblems on their back, like the yin-yang, which we're going to take one with a yin-yang, but not that one. Yeah, I think this is the one we're going to go with, but I'm just going to show off the rest of them real quick. I don't think any others have the yin-yang on them. No. I mean, that's kind of alright. So, we're going to go with this. And then, let's see, proportion. We're going to make this guy kind of heavy set. Like, not super big, but he is going to be a little bit bulkier than your normal force. Just make him a little bit barrel-chested, yeah. You actually are able to re-edit them, assuming you have the cache later on. Now, as fortune would have it, we're going to select the character name. Now, as fortune would have it, this is... Well, let me explain this first of all. Your character's name is very important in this game. Because every letter or character you use in the name has a certain value attached to it. And based on that value, the game will determine what kind of ID you have. You'll have, like, a section ID, like, some assigned to you. That section ID that you get is massively important, because that can never be changed, and that will determine your loot table and your drop rates. So there are entire apps that have been made to accurately calculate section IDs so people know what they're going to get and what weapons they're going to go for. Now, as fortune would have it, while everybody's been telling me magic, 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 it turns out that my own username will get me the best section ID for a force character. This section ID will basically give me access to more powerful force abilities earlier than I normally would. Which is good, because I'm going to need that, because... Well, let's just say forces kind of have the odds stacked ridiculously against them early on in this game. And that section ID is... pink! God damn it. Oh, and if that's not a hilarious enough coincidence for you, person's name gives him Redria. Yeah. We live in a simulation. I don't know what else to tell you. Star Ocean 3 is real. Episode 1. There are actually 4 episodes. The 4th one is only available through Blue Burst, and the 3rd episode is only available as a card battle game, and that is a separate purchase. Thank you, Yuji Naka. Are you alchemisted? The Force. I am Principal Tyrell. We have a bad situation. We need to act quickly. Did you hear about the explosion on Raggle? Very well. Pay attention and listen to me. We've lost contact with Pioneer 1. We have no idea what has happened. We've sent unmanned search units, but communication seems to cut off near the surface. What happened on Raggle? What occurred on Pioneer 1? Are the people on board alive? The Council made a decision to send a manned search team. You are a skilled force. We need your help. We have no choice. We need a place to settle on. Could you... No. It's nothing. Take care and good luck. I didn't say anything. Go talk to my secretary. Irene will help you. Okay? Come on, Irene. Well, let me brief you on your mission. Once you're on the surface of Raggle, check the status of the residential area. Checking the status of the central dome is a good idea. We will not do that right away, because we're not crazy. I'll tell you why later. A transporter was launched earlier. You can go down to Raggle directly from the city. It may be a little risky, so please be careful. That's all. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. No, nothing. I wish you the best of luck. This is just between us, okay? The principal's daughter was on Pioneer 1. After that explosion, he's been constantly worried about her. He can't even sleep. This is a personal request, if it's possible. Find out what happened to her. He isn't in a position to ask you such a personal favor. Red Ring Rico. A famous hunter and a top scientist on Pioneer 1. Rico's his only daughter. Please look for her. Okay. Our planet was tearing itself apart. We couldn't stop it. So we started searching for a new planet, and we found Raggle with unmanned search units. A huge interstellar transport ship was sent to Raggle. That was Pioneer 1. Pioneer 1 confirmed Raggle as a suitable location to settle on, and a second ship departed. That was us, Pioneer 2. Oh, sorry, you already knew that. Yes, I did. Pioneer 1 and 2 are identical spaceships. Each Pioneer can travel in space holding 30,000 people. Yeah, I actually love the design of Pioneer 1. Oh, Pioneer 2, rather. I think this thing is awesome. When our ship was led by the signal from Pioneer 1 to land on Raggle, we saw that strange explosion. Pioneer 2 decided to orbit Raggle and collect data before landing on the surface. I was against the immigration. If a planet dies, the people have to die with it. Don't you think so? No. Dumbass. But yeah, so there's actually some there's a little bit of confusion. Because the original setting of the Phantasy Star series is a system called Algol that has a number of different planets in it. And the intro said that the planets, plural, that these people come from were dying. So the implication was supposed to be, I think, or at least was the localized implication is, that these people are coming from the planets of the original Phantasy Star system, which was Parma, Motavia, Algo, etc. Parma blew up, I think, in Phantasy Star 2? So this is a series of refugee ships. However, later on, they will contradict us by saying that they are from a planet called Coral, which has obviously nothing to do with the original Phantasy Star game. So it is kind of in the air, at least as far as the localized version goes. Whichever one of those is correct, somebody let me know. But as far as I'm aware, thus far, the implication is that this ship is from the system from the original Phantasy Star games. So we're going to talk to a whole bunch of people here. The explosion occurred just after the landing announcement. The news spread very quickly among the civilian levels. The people who have family on Pioneer 1 are worried. Rico loved the color red. She always wore something red. The red armlet on her left arm left an impression on people, so that's why we called her Red Ring Rico. Well, she must be alive. I know how tough she is. The Hunters Guild. We generally call all hunters, rangers, and forces just hunters. The guild is a place for hunters to get a lot of information. They also assist hunters by finding jobs at the counter. They aren't a local office of the government. They're totally independent. They have total extraterritoriality, goddamn, inside the guild. So yeah, the hunters, especially on an expedition like this, would be basically fucking essential to have along. You'll see the many reasons why as we go. Tell me! What happened? How are they? We have no info at all! Without any info, we can't go on. Your mission is important. I miss her. Did you know that Red Ring Rico was on board Pioneer 1? They asked her to go because she's a great scientist, but she's also a famous hunter. I believe that she can deal with any emergency situation, but that explosion was huge. I really miss her. Alright. And I think there's one more person to talk to inside the stores? Yep. Have you met the Techers? To discover the true power of an unknown item, it must be examined by them, but you can't always believe them. Each Techer has its own speciality. Yeah, so you will find items that have like question marks on them, and you'll have to bring them here to have him tell you what it is. And it's kind of a die roll every time. Cane. Let's see, heart dagger. We're already seeing daggers. Rifles, those handguns, those are ranger weapons. We'll be using sabers a lot early on, but we won't be using them forever. There will be a specific saber that we will get as a result of Hunter's Quest, and I suppose I should just go ahead and show this place off before we begin. This is, of course, the shops. This is where you'll do all of your purchasing. This is the bank, where before I leave anywhere, I'm going to be depositing my Mesita, because you want to do that. There was actually an issue, from what I recall, with player killing in this game, because people would steal people's shit. Busy. People in this area are always getting themselves hurt. It's okay, though. If it's just a wound, we can heal them. This is the clinic, where for 10 Mesita, you can give yourself a full heal. Mesita is the currency of this game. This area is for A-rank hunters who sometimes take part in secret missions. It is isolated from other areas for security reasons. Thank you for understanding. Take this transporter, for instance. It has direct access to Raggle, but access is restricted. Only a few hunters are permitted to use it. Yeah, so starting out in this game, we're already, like, the upper crust of, like, hunters. Pioneer 2 departed after Pioneer 1 confirmed that Raggle was suitable for colonization. Because of Pioneer 1's report, we only brought a small army and very few weapons. Did we take too big a risk? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. This is the Hunters Guild, where you take Hunters Guild quests for cash. And we will be doing a lot of that, because for forces especially, those guild quests are mandatory. And we're going to take a little trip to the surface so you can find out why. Well, actually, first we're going to stop by the item store. Forces have the hardest time starting out of every class. The Hunters and Rangers can basically just steamroll the first area if they want. But Forces... Oh, shit. Okay, so Zond and Barda. I can't get rested, though. God damn it. But we need Zond. So this is what I'm talking about. This is a disc. You basically load the disc into, like, your own personal computer. Boom, you have the Magitech. And we're gonna stick our... So Monomates is what you use to recover health. Monofluid is what you use to recover mana, basically. So you start out with Foy, which is a fireball, which is great, which is an awesome ability, and we're going to put it over here. because we're not going to be using power attacks right now because we're not stupid. Then you got Zond, which is a lightning attack that hits, it's fast to cast and hits damn near instantly. We're going to be using it a lot in this early area. In fact, later on in the game, we're going to get to an area where we'll be using Zond basically almost exclusively. If you played this game, you know. I would like to get Resta right now, but I don't really have the hit points for Resta. Or I don't really have the technique points for Resta because it chews them up a lot. Resta is the healing spell, and at higher levels, it heals everyone around you as well, which is damn near essential for some Hunter's quests. But I want to show you just what forces are up against here, starting out. And I have Zond, so this is the force weapon to start with. It's basically like a Hunter Saber, except it's crap. Oh, and I get Resta anyways. Haha. I can't learn it yet, though. Lots of technique. Oh, it can! Oh, there we go. But lots of techniques. Already have a better frame. Yes, I need all the defense I can get. I'm a Fomar. But Resta... What the hell was I even talking about? But, like, techniques... There are lots of techniques that you have to have a certain, like, mind stat. You have to leveled enough, basically, to learn. Which is why there's only one really actually useful type of force weapon, and you only need to carry one of the most basic form of it on you to get use out of it. Otherwise, pretty much all the force weapons are worthless. The best weapons for forces to use are everybody else's, basically. So every so often you find these little pods on the ground. This is the bulk of the storytelling in the single player, or at least in the main areas outside of Hunter Quest, where there's a lot more world building going on. Testing. I'm Rico Tyrell. I'm a hunter. This capsule is for anyone who's come here looking for me. I hope this helps you. I don't know who you are, but you must know that there's something unusual about Ragol. This is important. Pay attention to everything around you if you want to survive. She is not joking. This planet, what's the old meme? Never should have come here. This is never should have come here, the planet. So, forces, this is basically what you're here for. Notice how much TP all this takes up. Anti-paralysis will be important for us, for reasons I'll explain later. So, I have cleared one room, and I've used more than half of my technique points. Yeah. So forces are completely reliant on consumables because of those technique points. If you run out of TP, you're basically screwed. Boomas. I don't like their weird faces. Be careful, you don't want to get surrounded by them. Nope, they will beat the shit out of you. So these are Rappies, and they're fucking irritating as hell. And that's why. So, if you wait long enough, they'll get back up and try to run away. Oh shit, I was out of... There it was, I was out of technique points after just like a room. And they usually drop some good items when they run. So you want to be able to get them. If you have a handgun, this is easier. In fact, Rangers can just run away and snipe them with a rifle. Yeah. like I said, Rangers get all the friggin' breaks. Rangers can annihilate entire rooms of enemies before they're even aware of their presence. Handgun. That's what we're going to be using later on. Like I said, the best weapon for a force is everybody else's, and there's no better weapon for a force than a GAT. But we want a specific type of GAT, so it might take us a while to find. Red gates are locked. Green means they're open. Of course, you knew that. Die. Using monofluid, telepipes. So telepipes are a real important item to keep on you because they allow you to go straight back to Pioneer 2 without having to trek back to the teleporter. This is important to do often because you have a limit of the amount of stuff you're able to carry. And I've picked up some more frames. Do I have anything with better defense? I do not. I do have a frame slot, though. I really don't have anything to put in it, but some frames you can slot items in that will increase your stats. This will be very important later on. Don't show your back to a Savage Wolf. It'll attack if it sees an opening. Yeah, they like to circle you and attack from the sides. That's one of the reasons why Zond is so important, because the others... This is Foy, and it moves slowly. And this is Barta, and it goes in a straight line, but it similarly moves slowly, as opposed to Zond, which is instant. So, very important technique to have as early as you can possibly get it. Otherwise, you will get your ass kicked. Oh, Moon Atomizer. Now's as good a time as any now that I have that Moon Atomizer. So, the Moon Atomizer revives a fallen teammate. We are purely single-playering this-ish, so we basically have no use for it, except to feed to the mag. Give it an anti-paralysis as well. And give it a monofluid, of which I only have 2. As you feed your mag, its stats will improve. Its stats get added to yours. So feeding the mag and evolving it directly affects your own stats. It also unlocks basically summon attacks. And you see that gauge by my HP? That circular gauge will fill up, and when it does, your mag, depending on its IQ, will use certain abilities that could make you invulnerable, can resurrect you if you die, can buff you during boss fights, like all kinds of good shit. So you generally want to feed your mag as much as possible so that you can boost the stats that you need, in my case, as a force, magic, or mind, but also accuracy, because like I said, the best weapon for me, for this class in general, is a handgun, which is going to take us a while to get. Around level 4 or so, we'll also be able to make use of hunter weapons. What made these animals become so violent all of a sudden? They weren't before. They were very quiet and friendly. There must be some cause. I'll find it. I know I'm a fool. This won't make me any richer. Perhaps that's why I'm exalted by them. Red Ring Rico. But I'm not really the great hunter citizens say I am. They needed a hero, and I just happened to fill that position. I want you to bear in mind, throughout this entire game, we are basically only 2 steps behind this woman. I would be really, really happy if one of you could drop some mana fluid. And I'm out of mana fluid. Mana fluid is fucking expensive. Another handgun I can't use yet. Mana fluid! Okay, where are we at in terms of items? Oh, we're good, we're good. I do want to get rid of this stupid cane. Was there a message in here? Mothmans will keep appearing one after another. You have to strike them out at the root. Yeah. This is about the enemy that's going to be in the very next room. Disable the laser fences by using colored switches. Yep. So yeah, the whole forest area is basically a tutorial. Or at least Forest 1 is the tutorial. Forest 2 is when the game starts to go, alright, I hope you were paying attention, because now I'm going to jump... Because now I'm going to send Yogi Bear, and he's going to kick your ass. You'll see what I mean. I hate these things so much. They're not even hard, they're just annoying. You know me and my love of ads. That's basically all this guy does. He also soaks up a shitload of your mana. Didn't even hear you jump in. Another fucking cane. I hate canes. There's a whole bunch of weapons I'd rather be using right now. Shit. Oh boy. We are now in trouble. We are in quite a bit of trouble, actually, because now I am out. And you're about to see a Force get his ass handed to him. This is what... The Force experience. Oh look, he dropped a saber I can't use. That saber would have ended that fight in about 2 combos. So, yeah. Force weapons, they suck. Oh look, a slightly better cane. Slightly better version of a weapon that I despise. So, you see attribute on here? That basically means it's more effective against specific kinds of enemies. If you look down, you see machine there. Remember what I was saying? There will be an area where we use Zond basically exclusively? That will be it. Telepipe. time to sell stuff. Did I deposit my Mesita before going? No, I did not. Okay. Actually, before I do anything, let's save some cash and pay 10 Mesita to have all of our technique points restored. And let's sell this shit. Okay. We're only 4 away from being able to use the fucking handgun. So, remember when I said this is expensive? Boom. We are poor again. Oh, it gets worse. We still have to feed the mag. It's okay, it gets worse. Do you notice, now that I fed the mags, notice my TP has gone up. That's because the mag's mind stat is higher. Like I said, the mag stats get added to your own, and those are your overall stats. So improving the mag, leveling the mag levels you. But yeah, that's why forces have it stacked against them early on, because forces are kind of forced to be poor. It says this room is clear. It is not. Did I miss a message in here? Because I do want to make sure I get all these messages. Wow, bodies of dead animals. We hunters sometimes use firearms with this. They were killed by firearms that are much stronger than ours. So yeah, the second half of the encounters will commence once I have touched this. Exit, re-enter, and I think it's a wolf. It's either a wolf or one of those gorillas. But I think it'll either be when I collect the items over there, or it'll be when I walk towards this thing. Yep, there it is. Just a little thing that's there to remind you that even when you hear the all clear sound, the room is not necessarily safe. I'm not bothering to bank my Mesita right now because I really don't have much to bank, but later on, I'm going to get pretty religious about that, especially after we start doing Hunter's quests. Oh. A disaster occurred. Things were shaking, then something broke through the surface, and then it exploded in the central dome. I don't know what to say. For 7 years, we've tried to adjust and improve the environment. What was it? Was it related to the accidents we've had recently? So there's been shit going on while Pioneer 2 was on its way. The exact nature of what was going on is largely in the Hunter's Quest. Like I said, there's a lot of world building in those quests. Ow. Ow. So yeah, Forest 2 is when the game first starts telling you that it's gonna get a little rough for you. Tactics are important, but strategy is vital. You have to think about how you can put yourself in an advantageous situation. Look, learn, analyze, and judge. Think carefully. Or if you're playing a hunter, just run in and smash everything, because you don't need strategy. You have a sword. I loved playing Hunter. Hunter was my first character, and I played him the longest. Because Humar can do a little of everything. He can cast techniques, he can use some firearms, he can beat the shit out of things with a sword. And that's why one of the reasons why I chose... Alright, here we go. That's one of the reasons why I chose Fomar, is to a lesser extent, so can he. I heard that this tall column was built to commemorate the immigration of Pioneer 1. But it may just be me, but it doesn't look very new. And these patterns, aren't they characters? So we are not going to do anything with this right now, for reasons. But I want you to just file it away that this thing is here. Because we will be back for it later. Though, that's probably going to take us a while. Ow. Okay, finally get a fucking barrier. So, forces can't equip armor or shields, but we can equip barriers. So, we do have some defensive options. In either case, basically just think of it like a small force field that, like, you wear on your arm. Essentially. That's basically what you're looking at. Oh, didn't mean to do that, but... Ow. Ow. I'm not dying to a fucking Ragrappy. Fuck you. Stupid mascot animal. Okay, now we're gonna run away and watch him get back up. I only got one of them. And he gave me some I already have, little bastard. Look for a switch to activate the bridge. Pretty much the only area of the game that's going to handhold you like this. The rest of them are just kind of like, alright, you know the basics, now go fuck yourself. I'm just going to drop a Chaos Sorcerer, a Chaos Horseman, a bunch of Del Sabers, and a whole shitload of Del Claws on you. You can handle that, right? I'm just going to, like, deploy a fucking mobile armor from Mobile Suit Gundam across the map. You can handle that, right? And he's just going to lob missiles at you all day long. A Kane +1. Ooh. Ooh. Be still my heart. Pioneer 1 may have damaged the ecological system of Raggle before we were aware of it. So the native creatures tried to remove the invaders. That's one supposition. But what about the explosion? I need more information. I have to go do some research. You can actually see, like, the city, basically, like over there. Not much of it, because, again, Dreamcast game. Oh, shit. So that is the Gigo Buma, that big purple guy behind me. Every area in this game, I think, with the exception of the mines, has basically... Ow. Of course he hits the friggin' Mack truck. With the exception of the mines, has a series of enemies that come in threes, varying from the weakest to the strongest. Welcome to the Forest's variation. I think this is usually about the time where I am out of room. A moon atomizer and a dagger. What's the pack looking like? I got room for 10 more items. Feed the mag. Of course, I'm out of fluid, though. You know what? It's probably as good a place as any to head back to Pioneer 2. So I can blow my bankroll on monofluid again. You seeing a pattern here? I'd like to thank everybody on my Discord for consigning me to being poor. Shock Saber. Oh, damn, that's nice. So when it says like shock or something like that, and then the weapon, that weapon has a special attack. Special attacks in this game might or might not hit. Like they have the lowest hit percentage of all the attacks you can possibly do. It's not worth depositing 17. Shall we? There's a reason why I keep frantically checking the mag. You'll see why as soon as I finish feeding it. Oh, shit. And this thing can kill you in 2 hits. So, yeah. For hunters, why did I do that? For hunters, that's the Yogi Bear thing I was talking about. Ow. I'm just getting smacked around. Ow! Stop picking on me! Okay, you need Zon. Yep. Nice reminder that a lot of these critters have actual preferences. Fuck! Oh, hell no. Alright, so I'm out of monomates. They won't pursue you through an open door. They're limited to whatever area they're in. That's Resta that I just wasted my technique points on. And then I got hit in the face. True story. You see how fast I'm rinsing through this magic? Yeah. Monofluid, thank you. Mag. That's why. And now I have a Photon Blast. Layla... So, Photon Blasts are basically summons that you can do when that gauge is full, next to the HP. Layla, all she does is heal you. Useful in multiplayer, not really useful here. If you can't hit a Hildebear, try standing in front of it. Of course, I don't miss. It's pretty hard to miss a Hildebear. Usually, it's coming straight towards you, and, it's usually dead set on whooping your ass. And it's usually succeeding. Hunters can stand and trade with it. Rangers can kill it before it even knows that they're there. Forces are gonna get punched in the schnoz. I think there's another one in here. Okay, so Boomas show up here. Yep. You'll have to pardon me, I've played this game a lot. So I know a lot of the encounter patterns. I know you're coming. I know you're coming. I know there's a Hildebear in here. At least I think there is. Anti-paralysis. Escape Doll! Holy shit! Alright. So, Escape Doll. We are going to be using... That is bank-worthy immediately. In fact... How many items do I have? I have 11 out of 30. Okay, I really have to try not to die here. Because that's what Escape Doll does, is it revives you if you die. And I do not want to waste it here because we are going to fucking need those later. Alright. Read that one. Was there one in here? Nope. So there was a teleporter in another room. That's where we have to go to unlock that. You see, the control panel is actually up there. We have 20 points left before we level up. Okay, next I need to level up that accuracy because I need to be able to shoot things. Distance is key. That. Ow. That's what happens. That's what you get. Ow. Give me that. Can't believe I found a escape doll this early. But if you find one of those things, you've got to hold on to it. Alright, let's go back and let's get that those items that we unlocked. What is... So I just leveled up. What am I at? 65? I need to be at 68 to use a handgun. I think I should be able... I might be able to use sabers already. I would rather be carrying a saber around than I would this cane. Nope. How far am I from being able to use a saber? Okay, literally 4 points. Why would I rather carry a saber than this cane? ATP, 56 to 83, that's why. Because sabers actually hurt things, and this cane will not. But there is a force weapon, as I previously said, that is vital to carry around. And you don't even need a fancy one, you just need the basic one. And that's the wand. And I'll explain why once we finally have one. And there's pretty much always a Hildebear over here guarding this thing. Fuck! No! Well, there's a demonstration of how escape dolls work. You son of a bitch! That's why you carry scape dolls around. That's what the instant revive looks like. Oh, it did it to me! So sometimes, when a Hildebeer punches you, it'll actually disarm you. That's the first time I've had that happen, actually, on this character. That's probably a bad sign. No, it won't open. It might be easier to look for another way to get in. That will be the boss teleporter right there, that we are not stupid enough to use. So, at level 4, hunters can just go in there and rip the boss a new one. Rangers could go in there, and it'll be a bit dodgy because the targeting is lock-on and finicky, but Rangers could do it. A savvy Ranger will by now have invested in a rifle, and the Rangers could bring the dragon down with ease. Forces are gonna do this instead. They're gonna go back to Pioneer 2. Remember when I said that those hunter quests were basically mandatory? Yeah. We're gonna want to do those first. So star atomizers restore your HP and any teammates around. These are very useful for androids because they can't use techniques. But as we are a technique user, we don't need these because at a certain level, Resto starts healing everyone adjacent to you as well in a widening radius. So these are really for us either useful for A, feeding the mag, or B, selling. Which is what I'm gonna do. Already have foy, can't use daggers, can't use the handgun yet. D-band. I think D-band is a buff. Cane +1, cane +2. So I'm actually not going to spend any money here, even though I am almost out of mana fluid. I'm actually going to take this off of the action bar as well, because I have some mana mates. Because I'm not really going to need them for what we're going to do next. I'm so pissed off about that fucking scape doll. One hit. One fucking hit. Jesus. D-band. I think D-band is a buff. Boost teammates' defenses. So, yeah, that basically, once you use that, it boosts the defense of the entire team. You want to make friends, learn to buff people.